Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a first impressions slash mini tutorial using the Carli Bybel palette from BH Cosmetics. And if you guys haven't already, please hit that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit the little bell as well. That way you guys can get notified. And also don't forget to follow me on all of my socials right here. And let's just go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to show you guys how I did the eyes first, and then we'll move on to the highlighter, and then I'll finish up with what I thought about the palette. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Alright, so I re-prepped my eyes off camera and I just used this NYX concealer. I've been using concealers lately, as you guys can tell from my videos. So this is the one I used today, and I'm in the color CW04. I don't know if you guys can see that. And I also just used my Laura Mercier translucent powder just to set the concealer. And now let's just go ahead and dip into our eyeshadows. I will be showing what shadow color I used on the screen. That way I can just get on with the look. I'm just gonna go ahead and dip into this like medium tone brown. And I'm using it on my Morphe E23 brush. And you guys know this is my favorite brush for in the crease. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that to the crease area right here, just above my fold a little bit. And first off, I'm not using a lot of product, but the shadow does have some color to it, as you can see here. I feel like it's kind of looking a little bit muddy, not too much of what color is in the palette. But I mean, the palette was only $14, so I mean, you can't really expect too much from $14, but so far so good. I do like the way it applies. I just wish it wasn't that muddy. I wish it was a little bit more of the actual color in the palette. But as far as blendability goes, it's pretty well. Just like any shadow, you want to make sure you blend it. I mean, if you don't blend it, it's not going to look good. Alright, so now that that's finished, I'm going to go ahead and apply some purple on the outer corners of my eye. So I'm just going to focus this on the outer corner, and I don't want to go all the way up to the transition shade. Just a little bit below. And this color has a lot of color. I don't know if you guys can tell, but the color is pretty nice. I love the shade of it. And the blendability is still good, just like the first shadow. And I'm really just pressing it in there. I'm just gonna grab a little bit more of that pretty purple and just pack it on there. And then now with the blending brush, I'm just gonna grab a teeny tiny bit of that purple and just use it to transition again. Just to blend it out even more. So now that that's finished, it looks pretty good. I'm going to use my finger and apply this really coppery pretty color. And as soon as I put my finger on the shadow, I can instantly tell like how buttery it is. And look at that, guys. Like, that's just one swipe. Can you guys see that? That's just one swipe of the shadow. Oh my goodness. Look at how pretty that is. I have high hopes for the highlights. So hopefully the highlighters do not disappoint me, because this is just a shadow. Look at that. I normally like to apply shimmer shadows with my fingers anyways, just because I feel like it looks more better and it pops a little bit more. I'm actually taking the lighter shade of purple and just applying that in the middle. Now this is all for the eyes. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face, and then we'll move on to the highlights so I can let you guys know what I think. So now that my bronzer is on and my face makeup is on and everything like that, I'm just gonna go ahead and use one of the highlighters from the Carli Bybel palette. And I think I'm gonna go for the golden color, just because I feel like gold matches me better than any other color. Alright, so I packed some on my brush, and I just noticed that there's a mirror on the palette, so I'm gonna actually look into that. That way it's easier for me to apply it. So I'm just gonna... Wow, it has a really pretty color to it. a little too, like, can you see how like dark it is for me? I guess my face is just too light. I don't know. Like, I've had that happen a couple times. Like, it just doesn't look right. Can you see the line between my bronzer and my highlight? That's just not cute. So I'm just gonna try to work around that and then apply my blush. I hate when that happens because it like ruins the purpose, you know? Just makes you look so, I don't know. I mean, it's glowy, but you can definitely see the difference in shade color. So to fix that, I'm just gonna take another brush and just kind of blend it out so it's not really harsh. So it's a little bit more softened out and not so crazy. So I'm just gonna apply some to my nose. So I'm just gonna be using this shade right next to the gold color, and I'm just gonna be applying that with my finger. I'm so nervous. Okay. This definitely is way better. I feel like it doesn't give me that extra wash of color, and it's just giving me a nice highlight, you know, like what I actually need, not the extra color. All right, so my final thoughts on the Carli Bybel palette is it's a good palette. I do like the quality of the shadows, and I do like the quality of the highlighters. Now, the only downfall I don't like about it is kind of the shade range of the highlighters, because it goes from darkest to kind of like a warm golden to the one I have on my nose, and then an even lighter one. And I thought the golden highlighter color was going to be like my Wet n Wild highlighter, but it was a little bit too filled with color. So other than that, I don't have any other complaints. I do like the way that my highlight looks. I do like the blendability of the shadows, and for the price that it comes at, you cannot honestly beat that. So if you guys are contemplating whether or not to pick up the palette, I definitely would recommend you guys to go get it. Go to your nearest Ulta. You can also get it at, I'm sure, on the BH Cosmetics website. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of like first impressions type of video, and let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.